Welcome back to a Saturday edition of David Palmer's Drink of the Day. I'm going to do a couple drinks today for you today, and we're going to kind of settle in on one of my favorite themes this time of year that I miss dearly, and that is hanging out at the track and betting on horses. This would be the final weekend of the Keeneland meet because next Saturday would be the Kentucky Derby in Churchill Downs. So we would be at the track this weekend, and typically a good day at the track starts off with a Bloody Mary. But because this is a show about bourbon, there's actually an excellent drink made in Kentucky called the Bourbon Mary. And I'm going to start off and make one of those first and show you a great, interesting recipe on how to do this. First, always ice in our shaker. There we go. And then we're going to start this drink with 1.5 ounces of our utilitarian bourbon. I'm just making one of the Bloody Marys because I'm going to make two of my next drink. So 1.5 ounces of bourbon. Old Forester, amazing. I keep telling you, I hope you buy it. It's really the best for the price on the market. So there's 1.5 ounces of bourbon. Now here's an interesting thing. 1 ounce of pickle juice. There we go. Let's see, we're going to use 2 ounces of tomato juice. Some of you might want to put a little bit more in there, but I kind of like a Bloody Mary that I can read a newspaper through. A little bit stronger. 2 dashes of Tabasco. That's 3, but didn't come out enough there. And 5 dashes of Worcestershire. We like the Worcestershire. Salt and pepper, fresh ground pepper, and a tablespoon of fresh ground horseradish. There we go. That all goes into our glass. And we're going to shake it up. This is what we use to clear our head, because maybe we had been at the track on Friday late and then gone out to dinner. Saturday morning we get back to the track, clear our head a little bit with a nice Bourbon Mary. We garnish it with a lime wheel, kosher dill pickle to match that pickle juice, and some olives. There you go. If you'll get a close-up of that one, that is our first drink today. Takes the clouds out of your mind, lets you ready to go into the track, enjoy yourself, basically go into a better mood so that you can make some money betting on the horses. Now, what I want you to do next, though, is think a little bit about the horses in Kentucky, and the majority, well, not the majority, they're from all over, but there's some very, very fine horse farms in Woodford County, Kentucky, which is just past the track. And the county seat of Woodford County is Versailles. Now, in Kentucky, we say Versailles, not Versailles, but Versailles was named after, it was established in 1792. Originally, it was just 80 acres of land owned by Hezekiah Briscoe. And he named it after General Marquis de Lafayette. And so Versailles, but he just mispronounced it Versailles, and it's been that way ever since. At one time, Versailles actually was occupied by both Union and Confederate forces during the Civil War. So because I'm going to make this drink called the Versailles, let's start off this drink. Let's get some glasses and pull them back here. This drink uses champagne flutes, but it's going to be shaken up. So another great product from Woodford County, just outside of Versailles, is the LeBreau and Graham distillery that makes the wonderful Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So we're going to give them a big nod today, and we're going to start this drink off with, and we're going to have to use a clean because we don't want tomato juice in this drink. This has 2 ounces of Four Roses bourbon, so we're going to use 4 ounces, and this is a 1 ounce container here. 1, 2, 3, 4 ounces of Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. And a 1/2 ounce, because we're making 2, an ounce of fresh lemon juice. And then our next 3/4 ounce of our Saint Germain. So that's an 1.5 ounces. So here's an ounce. This is our elderflower liqueur. 1.5 ounces of that. And let's get some ice in here. This is kind of a fun one too when we garnish at the end. Let's get some ice in here and get this nice and chilled for us. It's that classy cocktail if you want to get one, if you may be in one of those private dining rooms or a place like that at the track. I don't think you could buy one of these down on the rail. You might find a bartender that could make it. It's nice and chilled. Now the fun thing about this drink, oh, the smell coming out of there is wonderful. We serve this in, we'll move this back a little bit and move these forward. We serve this in champagne flutes, as I said earlier. We only fill it halfway. And this calls for either, it's really a sparkling wine, but you could use champagne or Prosecco. I'm going to use Prosecco today. And for the fun part of this drink, we take an orange. Since we're doing 2, we need 2 orange peels. And I want you to get real close and see this. Come in real tight as I do this. We take our lighter. Let's do another one so you can see it. See the little spark? That's the oil coming out of this and dropping down. Let's do another one to see if we can get it to spark a little bit. There, it'll spark a little bit, not a lot in that orange, and drop that in. So there you have the Versailles. So 2 wonderful drinks to celebrate the horses that we're missing so much right now. Maybe we'll get back to the track soon enough and be able to have some of these watching a real race. Make sure you take the opportunity to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have the opportunity below. We would appreciate that. Make sure you love your family. Stay safe and healthy, social distance, and have a bourbon.